Major funding for Classroom Closeup New Jersey has been provided by PSE&G, investing in New Jersey's future, our children.
We make clothing, electronics.
I feel passionately about enlightening the students with knowledge, but in order for their knowledge to become enlightened within themselves, you need to lead the way and then give them the reins so that they can take off with it and empower themselves.
It gets us excited and interested, and then it becomes family time, and next thing you know, you're up 10 o'clock at night on a school night.
And
why am I doing
fun.
schoolwork this late? And I like it. So yeah, we're going to keep going with it and see how far we can go.
At Station 3, you'll be analyzing hair samples.
A lot of students watch CSI and they watch these programs, and I want them to know that they are doing a lot of the skills now through the scientific method and math. They're using all their school skills, so I wanted to make that connection for them.
Criminals leave misleading evidence.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to the Saturday Morning Science Show's Halloween special.
I think what it's doing is making science cool for the kids that are in the science show, but it's cool to like science.
Hello, and welcome to Classroom Closeup New Jersey. I'm your host, Wendell Steinhauer. If you're a fourth grader in New Jersey, this is the year you'll be learning all about your home state. So many important events happened here that helped shape our nation. Of course, we've been here for some time. Did you know that 2014 will mark the 350th anniversary of the colonization of New Jersey? And there's still a lot to look forward to. Super Bowl 48 and the Special Olympics USA National Games will both be coming to our state in 2014. With so much to celebrate, it sounds to me like it's time for a New Jersey Fest.
I would describe the New Jersey Fest as a grand finale of the fourth grade year.
These fourth graders at Valley Road School in Stanhope are not only learning about New Jersey, but they're teaching visitors about it too, all thanks to NJFest.
This is a bay anchovy, this is a blue crab, this is a blue fish, that's a bay scout.
The hallways in a couple of classrooms are filled with student projects.
The first baseball game was recorded in June 19, 1846 in Hoboken.
First professional basketball game was played in Trenton in 1896.
What I think the project does for the students first and foremost is they learn to work together and take pride in their country, in their state, in their county.
What this is supposed to be is the texture of the side of a mountain. The purpose of this display is to know the height of the regions. As I put the ball down, it will go down into the Atlantic Ocean.
The purpose of these are to show prehistoric New Jersey, the first people of New Jersey, colonial New Jersey, and the American Revolution. This is mine. I called it Sticks and Stones because I was thinking of a name, and then I looked at that and it's made of wood.
Before students start New Jersey exploration, they have ideas and basic knowledge. A lot of them talk about the vacations that they have been around town or around the state, but with New Jersey Fest, we teach them a lot more about the unknown things, or the things that you really can take pride in. Yes, we are the Garden State, and yes, we are next to New York City, but it's those little unknown things that are really the best that they enjoy and can learn from.
Union, Middlesex, Monmouth, Mercer, where our capital Trenton is.
We make clothing, electronics, food, medicines and chemicals, metals, petroleum.
I think it builds a sense of pride, and it also correlates, of course, with the school's curriculum and the New Jersey State Standards for Social Studies. But the one thing that I'd have to say that the students do actually get out of it educationally is to be proud of what knowledge they know, and Each student in all the display areas could have been in any display area and taken charge of any one of those spots because they're all equally knowledgeable about them.
Our project's based on the beautiful wildlife of New Jersey. I learned that so many animals I didn't think would be here are actually living here, like the bobcat. We have pictures of baby bobcats, adult bobcats in midair. Phil Rizzuto is a famous Yankee player, and he was number 10 in the Yankees for a while.
It's a great experience with them, sharing in their joy of exploration. As a lifelong learner myself, I enjoy learning new things and sharing new things with them. For the students, just having them have that joy and pride in being New Jersey residents and sharing what they know, the information with their parents, and it goes beyond dinner table conversation when they can see them in action too. Very proud of them.
Ashley Sargent, I think it's very important to incorporate and include parents so that they can see what their children are doing at school. I just had a parent today at the New Jersey Fest say, you know, I ask my son all the time, what did you do at school today? And she said, now I know what you do at school all day.
Now on to the agriculture. There's only a few in New Jersey.
I feel passionately about enlightening the students with knowledge, but really, in order for their knowledge to become enlightened within themselves, you need to lead the way and then give them the reins so that they can take off with it and empower themselves.
As a teacher, I can tell you how events like this make a big impression on students. They become part of the story, and what they've learned stays with them. When young people look back on their own history in years to come, they'll be able to share valuable lessons for future generations. Lessons of liberty, literacy, and ancestry.
This is a family affair for 5th graders at Olivet Elementary School. After weeks of research, writing, drawing, and studying, they're celebrating family heritage, paying tribute to ancestors who traveled from far away to make new lives in America.
I learned that my great-grandfather, he came to Ellis Island from Italy.
I found out that in my dad's side of the family, I have great-grandparents, I think, that were survivors of the Holocaust.
The most interesting thing was that I found out that my great-grandfather and his brother defected from Copenhagen, Denmark, and the one became an artist in the town and the other one moved to Kentucky.
The project came about when a teacher got to thinking.
I just noticed that the children didn't have a great deal of depth about their family backgrounds. So I started thinking then what we could do.
After much more thought and planning, Duncan got a HIP Foundation for Excellence in Education grant to fund Liberty, Literacy, My Ancestry, and Me. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Everyone I've worked with a HIP grant has been so wonderful. We could not have done what we did this year. We could not have afforded to have every 5th grader make a book about their family and have it bound and, you know, give them this book that they will have forever. We had an author and illustrator come in and talk to the children, and we got Kindles for the classroom. It was absolutely amazing. It was really a dream come true, and to have it funded has just been such a blessing for all of us.
Research was a challenge at first. Some students went to the internet to track down their ancestors. Others relied on the oldest source of information in history.
We went to a lot of my family members. I had to call my dad's parents, and they looked in old books and stuff like that. And on my mom's side, really I could just go to the people and ask them about their family's history.
There were surprises on those family trees. One student discovered her great-grandmother was related to a famous opera singer.
Mario Alonso was her cousin,
And when we found out about it, my mom was like, she just was shocked when she found out. And my dad was also shocked. Everyone was like shocked.
We had a nice big Italian meal and talking about it, so it was interesting. So I'm so glad because I've never been a big photo person. And because of this project, we now take a lot of family photos. So to keep that, so we have those pictures.
We still have family members bringing boxes of information from generations ago, and we're still trying to piece it all together. And I would have never dug into this if it wasn't for the project that was assigned.
Right. That's what's great about projects like these in the school district, that it gets us excited and interested, and then it becomes family time. And next thing you know, you're up 10 o'clock at night on a school night doing schoolwork, and you never thought,
right.
Why
And
am I doing
fun.
schoolwork this late? And I like it. So yeah, we're going to keep going with it and see how far we can go.
I found, going through papers, my own great-grandfather's naturalization papers and brought them in and showed them to the kids. And that idea that we had all come from different places, I think they started to understand that we don't have that many differences, that we all kind of came here together, and then we started studying Ellis Island. So when we got there, they got to see everything in person, and I think they felt more of a connection to the artifacts and the things that they saw there, because they realized that somebody from their own family had done that journey, had come from somewhere else.
Me and my mom, she was a chaperone, so we looked on the wall and we found all the Constantinos and all the St. Albans that went to Ellis Island. I think that they're a really big deal, that's why I'm here right now. I'm actually really grateful for them doing that.
They're young. They don't really realize how important it is at this point, and they still might not really realize how important it is. But someday it will be important to them, and they'll want to know about their roots, and they'll want to know where their family came from. And it's good that they start doing it now, develop some kind of appreciation, even if they can look back to this family tree book and have that information and have that be a place where they can begin.
Next, your chance to match wits with a villainous evildoer in the case of the ruined picnic. Don't go away.
I am a future teacher.
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 Law enforcement tells us that one of the problems with those pesky crime shows that glut the broadcast spectrum is how they give viewers the false impression that complex crimes can be solved in an hour.
So what's going on here?
Oh, please step back. We're investigating a crime scene.
Oh, it's okay. I'm Wendell Steinhauer, the host of Classroom Closeup.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
So we figured we'd try it. But the students at Bartle Elementary School in Highland Park were onto us pretty quickly. Turns out they got the wrong guy. Let's back up.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name's John Satchow. I'm a detective with the Highland Park Police Department. I have here with me investigator Jim Knapp. He is a real-life CSI investigator.
The way this program evolved was I have a background in criminal science. My undergraduate degree is in criminal science, and members of my family are in the law enforcement field, so it's near and dear to me. A lot of students watch CSI and they watch these programs, and I want them to know that they are doing a lot of the skills now through the scientific method and math. They're using all their school skills, so I wanted to make that connection for them.
One day, Rachel came across the hall to me and said she had a great idea for a new science project.
In this classroom, you will be
And we came up with the idea to do a forensic science unit.
different forensic centers. So in Station 1, you'll be being fingerprinted. In Station 2, you'll be lifting fingerprints off coffee mugs. At Station 3, you'll be analyzing hair samples. At Station 4, you will be learning about handwriting analysis. And Station 5, you'll be reading about different crimes and trying to solve them. So how this works is we broke the classes up into two groups. Half the kids went to the crime scene and half the kids rotated around forensic science centers.
You have very, very good identifiable prints. I would not commit any crimes if I was you.
I would never do that.
At this center, you have 5 hair samples to look at. 4 of them were collected from suspects, and this one was found at the crime scene. Hopefully, by the end of this center, you can match one of the suspects with the hair sample from the crime scene.
Take me through this. What do I do here?
Well, you put your thumb here.
Thumb here, okay.
And you're gonna
Roll it.
and then you're gonna put it here.
Right here on the edge,
Yeah.
okay. Like that.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
All right.
But isn't the bitten apple over there? Yeah. In the crime scene, they entered the crime scene, and at first they just observed what was out of place, and they had to document evidence.
What they've been given is a scenario of a picnic. A family had come to a park for a picnic, and they had laid down their picnic basket and their tablecloth there, and they went out to play some soccer or kickball, and when they came back they found out that all of their stuff had been disturbed. So it was up to them to try to look at what was presented to them and figure out what they could use from the scene in order to link it to a suspect.
Chewed up gum. Very good. And the wrapper, even better. The chewed gum we want to check for DNA, but what if we find a pack of gum later and it matches the same brand? Something like that could help us lead to the suspect.
We came up with the idea of a picnic because we knew that we could leave shoe prints, we could leave soda cans, we could leave DNA, and it was a kid-friendly way to have a crime scene but still had all the aspects of a real crime scene.
Yeah, but there's only one pair of footprints. Maybe one of them just stepped into the paint.
That's exactly right. What does the footwear impressions tell us? It doesn't mean that 4 people weren't here. You just walked through here, right, near the cones. Did you see anything from you?
No.
No, because maybe you didn't step in the paint,
Oh.
right? So just because there's no evidence that someone wasn't there, doesn't mean they weren't there.
After analyzing all the evidence, it was time to reveal the perpetrator.
Okay. Suspect number 1 is Hannah. Suspect number 2 is Angela. Suspect number 3 is Aiden. Suspect number 4 is Christine.
What did you guys notice when you were looking at all the different hair samples? Marcella?
Like, Hannah's hair was curled and the crime scene hair was curled too.
So now we have some definite evidence. We have the hair sample, we have the shoe print, and we have the chewed gum. Anyone want to venture a guess, a conclusion as to who they think the perpetrator is? And how do you know?
It was Hannah.
First of all, the gum on the scene was Trident, and she has Trident gum on her desk. So that's one thing. Second of all, from the people down here, they say the hair sample matched up with Hannah's hair, so that's one more thing. And up at the crime scene, Hannah's shoe matched up with the shoe print on the scene.
Why'd you do it, Hannah?
We're not really sure yet. We have to conduct some interviews and figure it out. Maybe she got hungry, didn't want to wait for her own picnic, but she was a really good sport, and all evidence led to her.
I think next year we're going to expand our crime scene. And there were so many questions about DNA, so I think we're going to add a little bit more from the science perspective and maybe get a professor in, a science professor who has worked with DNA to come in and talk to the students about how DNA is distinctive for everyone.
It shows up in most of the footprints.
All the skills that they do now, they'll be doing in the future as adults. Teamwork and gathering information and coming to a conclusion.
It was a lot of fun.
That's the thing. It's great that they're learning and they're having fun at the same time.
You're watching Classroom Closeup, New Jersey. Yay!
You all ready? Are we ready? Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to the Saturday Morning Science Show's Halloween special.
Saturday Morning Science is a TV show produced by high school students, hosted by middle school students who teach fun science lessons to elementary school students.
You can say this and she'll do it.
On the day we visited, the cast and crew were shooting their Halloween episode.
For our first experiment, all you need is a graduated cylinder, water, a glow stick, and dry ice.
The show involves all schools in Egg Harbor Township. It airs Saturday mornings on local cable access and helps students understand basic science concepts in a fun and entertaining way.
As a science teacher and one of the presenters for the district professional development team, we realized that it seems like the elementary teachers aren't as comfortable teaching science to the kids. So we wanted to incorporate sharing science with them so it's easy to do in their classrooms.
Linda writes a rough draft of the script and then works with other teachers in the district to finalize a suitable version for the elementary school audience.
See, the ice is not melting. It's going straight into a gas. It's sublimation. It's science. It's cool.
I think what it's doing is making science cool for the kids that are in the science show, but it's cool to like science. My role in this show is to write the newsletter that's put on the website every month so that students can see how they can reproduce the activities and find out where they can buy some of the cool supplies for our experiments.
Are you ready?
Yes. To get picked for the show, I had to audition. They gave us probably around 5 paragraphs of like the introduction to the show that I said on this episode and all the other episodes.
All right, everyone ready?
Kristen is the editor of the EHT TV at the high school. After we saw our first show, when we taped it, we were like, oh my goodness, what did we get ourselves into? And then when you see the first show, it's amazing how she was able to edit it together with her and the high school kids. We were able to put everything we did into a phenomenal 30-minute show.
Now what you need to do is to take the string out of the bubble solution, and then take it in both hands, and start at the tip of the bowl, and then slowly run across the bowl. I wanted to be on the show because one of my favorite subjects is science, and I love science. And as soon as I found out I got to audition, I thought it would be a great opportunity, and I love being on TV.
I did it. There you go.
The program also features turnkey professional development for teachers, available on the school district's website. Parents and students can also access additional enrichment activities as well.
So she can talk while Elena's doing it. When we're shooting, my role is kind of a go-between between the rooms, gathering the students for the next scene and giving the pep talks, trying to get them to be animated. We had teachers around the district select kids that would be into science.
On our chemistry show last year, we discussed the 3 states of matter.
When the kids would come in on Monday that aren't involved with the program, and they would come in and say, oh, I saw your show, and I learned this, and I tried it, and it really worked. So I think that was the most important part.
This experience has meant a lot to me because I really have just enjoyed the science activities and working with the different people and getting to learn how filming goes and everything. Turn off the lights and try this. You can't do activities like this in class every day, so it's really interesting to see how kids are doing new things and learning new things, and not just in school.
We received the NJA HIP grant. We received $10,000, and we bought our camera equipment. We bought the iPads where we use for the teleprompters. We bought all the supplies for every show, the backdrops, the materials.
Atomic Instaworms is another great way to introduce you to the chemistry behind polymers, like we showed you in our
I hope the biggest impact is that kids don't stereotype scientists. Like when you see them in the book, you see them, the older gentleman hunched over with the lab coat and the pocket protectors and the glasses, that they realize that anybody can be a scientist. And that's one of the things I'm real big in my classroom. I want, as soon as you walk in my door, you're a scientist.
The overall goal is for students not to think of science as just something that they read in a textbook. That science really is cool and science is fun, and you know, to quote our ending of our show, science is all around us, and I guess the goal was to make science fun.
Cheers!
That additional component of Saturday Morning Science, the newsletter that accompanies each episode, is intended to provide professional development for teachers and also to guide other schools in creating similar experiences. In fact, all of the projects we featured today may just give educators and parents some ideas for their schools. To find out more, check out our website, classroomcloseup.org, and join us next time to see more innovative stories from our public schools. For Classroom Close-Up, I'm Wendell Steinhauer. Have a great week.
You have very, very good identifiable prints. I would not.
All right, and then we'll stop, and then this is the next experiment.
Middlesex, one mouth.
46, Philadelphia, PA.
Major funding for Classroom Closeup New Jersey has been provided by PSE&G, investing in New Jersey's future, our children.